Matt McDonald.
Hey, Nick. How's it going?
Preemptive strike.
Preemptive strike.
Preemptive strike.
We need that. We need the the graphic that slams down on the. It's
Preemptive strike.
Yeah, we need that.
Hi, welcome to Horse Mantis. Wow.
Preemptive strike.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Wow, pretty neat.
Pretty neat.
Pretty neat to be here.
Yeah, pretty great. So the March and April have passed, and here we are. It's May. Yeah,
We got hot pretty fast.
Yeah. It's warm here in Mantis land. We're up in the 90s, which is cooler than a lot of other areas, but it's warm.
Yeah,
It's
a dry heat too.
Yeah, it's a dry heat. It's not it's not that moist. Oh, I hate
the
saying
tarnished word.
The way it's such a bad word. I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So here we are after a mildly lengthy hiatus, which that's a couple weeks off for us. Life's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Preemptive strike, and we're just gonna dive right in here. Elderly Chinese man dies after putting himself up for adoption and refusing to go to a nursing home. People, if this sounds like one of your relatives, then well, it might be. If you're living in China, this really could be.
Seriously.
One of your relatives. So this is a story that comes to us from Comic Sans.
Sans. Yep.
Not the font.
Go ahead,
it
cross
has
the
a
road.
D in there.
Right.
Everything's better with a D in it, right?
So this gentleman, 85-year-old Chinese man, Han Zhisheng?
Okay.
Sure.
My Mandarin's pretty not existent.
Okay.
Han Zhisheng.
He put himself up for adoption. He was afraid of dying alone.
So this is okay. So the hardest part of this whole story is reading that headline without laughing.
Thanks for saying it, Matt.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a sad thing.
We had a horrible person moment actually when you sent this to me via Facebook Messenger. I didn't even open the thing up because Messenger you can see the headline, and I read the headline, and I was laughing. And all caps, ha 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 ha.
There goes my Diet Coke.
And then of course, right? Yeah. Oh, they have all these different flavors of Diet Coke now.
Oh,
yeah,
I've seen the commercials.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
just be you, right? Be whatever you're into.
I like to Netflix and chill sometimes.
And that's kind of what he sounds like.
Yeah.
That's
I
scary.
just go whatever. Just Trivago. Totally different guy. So yeah, but so I read the headline and laughed, and then I opened it up, and I didn't know where you were with it, and I had already thrown out this huge ha 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 because that's what was in my head when I read it. I was just laughing, and I opened it up and I start reading it, and okay, you kind of tested the waters. You're like,
so I didn't mean to. Okay, that's a pretty sad
pretty
story.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and so we both knew for sure. Again, we reaffirmed our flaws.
Yeah, definitely.
Because what happens is you read that headline and it's it's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't
read it one more time.
Not because he's Chinese, but because of all the other stuff.
Just, read it one more time.
Yeah, it could have just said man dies after putting himself up for adoption and refusing to go to a nursing home. It's kind of. I mean, that's still funny,
right?
So, but here's where then I started reading the article. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Zhisheng was a survivor of the Japanese invasion, the Chinese Civil War, and the Cultural Revolution. Most of these things don't have hold a whole lot of weight for average Americans, but let's just say that's That's pretty good life there.
It's a hardy chapter of your...
He's 85, so it's 85 years.
Right.
Okay, those things all happened in 85 years. Still, he knew he didn't want to suffer the despair of living out his final days alone. So...
Who would wanna?
Nobody wants to. We've talked about this. This is the hardest thing about humanity, or being a human, is reconciling your time alone, whatever time that is. And of course, everyone finds their ways to enjoy their time alone, or they don't. But most of us, myself included, I've found that, I do enjoy some of my time alone. There's time where I don't want to be alone, but, the human existence is just, it's, you're constantly, from the day you're born, there's people around. There's other people around.
Right.
And so much of everyone's life, even if you shut yourself in, you do that because of other people. So much is related to to us figuring out our surroundings, and those surroundings being other people. Like whether we shut ourselves in or if we go out all the time. I hate going to grocery stores because of people.
Sure.
But it's, navigating other people is, that's the human experience. And
dude, that's pretty dense, man.
Thanks, guy. Yeah. I just kind of grasped for that, and it came out. So with that, so this is something that's really poignant. It's got a funny ass title.
Sure.
And this is a good way to get into it, okay? Sure. Otherwise, this could have been a really dark titled piece. And
easily.
We wouldn't
very,
have touched
very
it.
easily.
And
right.
Like, oh, that's horrible. There's no funeral strippers.
Right.
Right, because that's a thing in China. We talked about it.
Very much so.
You would know that if you would watch the other episodes. Don't be a dick. Watch the other episodes. As a cry for help, he penned a makeshift advertisement seeking adoption by gathering scraps of white paper writing, looking for someone to adopt me, according to the Washington Post. And here's the actual note. Lonely old man in his 80s, strong-bodied, can shop, cook, and take care of himself. No chronic illness. I retired from a scientific research institute in Tianjin with, man, I hope that sounded like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I think you got her.
Thanks, man. With a monthly pension of 6,000 RMB, that's $950 a month. So it's not bad. So he could pitch in, and he says the rest of the note: I won't go to a nursing home. My hope is that a kind-hearted person or family will adopt me, nourish me through old age, and bury my body when I'm dead.
Wow, straight up.
Gosh, I mean, it gets you.
It does.
Gets you because this guy is everybody. I mean, nobody wants to die alone.
Right.
Nobody does. This is. I mean, wow. And so you can look. And people that shared it on Twitter obviously had similar, like, this is really fucking, wow.
Right, I mean, right.
Of all the things we have going on in this world.
Here's fucking Nick and Matt fucking laughing at the headline.
Headline.
Like, but come on, we're mass comm majors. We love headlines.
Kind of
we really
perverted jackals, But we do. We love headlines. And whoever wrote that definitely wrote that for us. Yeah. The one-child policy in China turned the population on its head with a 15% demographic over the age of 60. The United Nations published a report saying China has a rapidly aging population larger than any other countries, and the elder population of China will rise by 25% by 2040.
Damn.
So, right, less kids, less odds that you're going to have family around.
Damn, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me. So
totally,
there's the how behind the what, or whatever, I don't.
The what behind the how.
Sure. So anyhow, it's a really, really interesting piece.
A very, very interesting.
He's dead for sure, and it doesn't talk anymore about this, but he died. He did not get adopted. Right. Right. He didn't go to the nursing home though.
Hey, there you go, man.
But he died alone, and we were talking about this earlier, that's the definition of loneliness, that's death, because you're going somewhere that none of the people around you can really go, unless you drag them with you. God. But I don't recommend that shit. No. That's okay. Anyhow,
so that was a little ways from what we're used to seeing. However,
people are hell.
Good old Castle Rock,
Colorado.
Oh boy,
you may not know this because we don't air on public access right. like Wayne and Garth. They did. That was kind of cool. We don't though. We come to you on YouTube, and here we are with a local piece ish. Castle Rock, Colorado is not too far from
our backyard.
Right, from Mantis Land. Being Grand Junction, Colorado. I mean, it's what, 1 hour and a half, hour drive?
I would say an hour and a half.
Depending on, how many crows and
depending on like what drum and bass you got playing and,
Right.
And, construction through Tibet Canyon.
How many times you get pulled over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
There's kind of a time warp in there where you can't even get cell service.
But what's going on in Castle Rock?
Man, let's talk about it. More people, right? Neighbors say wild sex parties disturb upscale Castle Rock community. Okay, let's put it on pause. Upscale Castle Rock community.
So to those that don't know.
Okay, and you wouldn't know because you don't live here.
Right.
This is a bit of we're really stretching for upscale Castle Rock community.
Definitely so.
I think.
Yeah, I mean
again
just think Glenwood Springs, it's definitely no Aspen,
But This is not Glenwood Springs, even.
No.
This is Castle
Rock. Yeah.
This is Castle Rock. Yeah. Like, this is not a large, hulking suburbia.
They have a McDonald's.
They have a McDonald's. I mean, I have customers that come in from Castle Rock. And it's upscale Castle Rock community. Okay.
Castle Rock, Colorado. Sex parties hosted in one of the metro area's nicest communities.
The metro area's nicest communities. Yeah. Why are they... Okay. Angering neighbors who say it's time to take action. Residents on Avery Way in Castle Rock say organized sex parties at one home are causing parking problems and noise.
Parking problems.
Well, that's... Man, you can't even imagine. If you're complaining from the outside, there's no way you could even have a frame of reference for the parking problems inside. Oh my God. I kind of hate the neighbors now.
This is the best part. Right. One neighbor, who, mind you, declined to provide her full identity.
Well, of course, right.
Said that she received a copy of the party invitation from an anonymous person who is concerned about the events. It shows 400 guests were invited, with 87 people, including 35 couples, sending a yes RSVP.
I mean, I feel a live broadcast from Castle Rock coming on real soon in our future. I mean, this is... I'm actually kind of impressed that, not too far from here...
I think it's disgusting, she said.
I mean, yeah, you would. Man, 400 guests invited?
Yeah.
87 people, including 35 couples? We gotta check this out. Like, I don't want to participate, because that's a lot of fucking penicillin I don't want to take.
So, here's the weird... Right, this is straight from, like, our local news and everything. 400 guests were invited... 87 people. Think about this. 87 people, 35 couples.
Uh-huh.
So you do the math there.
Okay, well...
What fucking animals are we working with? Like,
okay, so...
the sex pot, right?
Right. 400 guests, right? It sounds like, the way it's written, that there's over 300 animals showing up to this fucking thing.
Right.
The way that I reread that, so 400 guests were invited. What they're saying here is 87 people, including 35 couples, sent RSVP'd.
Okay.
Who knows? I mean, there's 300 people that...
Jungle Juice!
Yeah. That just didn't feel like RSVPing, and they just... Oh, surprise! You invited me. Here's my penis.
Oh, man.
I'm just actually kind of excited that this sort of...
no loincloth?
Good God. This sort of thing is going on, not too far from here. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Or disgusting, like this lady says. The invitation references the Thunderstorm Play Palace. What a clever title. And boasts a 7,500 square foot dwelling with every amenity, including alcohol, food, complete with a vegetarian menu. Because that's important. When you have that many people together, it's very important that you have vegetarian or vegan options. I love eating a steak or a hamburger, but you get some people that haven't been watching their figure and have been eating a lot of meat and stuff like that. I mean, meat and semen just doesn't smell great.
Well, they also include a chocolate fountain and 3.0 USB chargers everywhere. So
I mean, this is fucking impressive, Nick.
Yeah.
The risque invitation also advises guests to bring their own condoms and show respect for the new furniture.
What happened to the old furniture?
Oh, God. What do they mean by that? What does that even mean? Show respect for the new furniture. What? Like, don't dump on it? Like, what? What? Like, no hot plates on the duvet? Please keep your steamers away from the couch.
Oh, my God.
Please, no shit play on the sectional. Like...
Baby green.
Oh, my God. Now I'm thinking the vegetarian menu is kind of creepy. It's kind of fucked up.
Oh.
Scheisse. Yeah. The neighbor described guests as being from all walks of life, which, I think it's wonderful that all these fucking people
all walks of life, cybernetic or not.
Okay, fair enough, right? This isn't a robo brothel, She adds the attendees may even brought their own festive refreshments.
Okay.
Like in their pants.
Hawaiian punch, while I'm taking a shit on your couch.
Oh my god. Maybe that's what they... Well, I want to know what they mean by respect it. It's something like this. I really want to understand what respecting the furniture is exactly.
Sure.
Is it that human skin furniture? Like,
right.
Please don't Okay.
I like that the invitation itself showed that donations are taken at the door. $70 for couples, Matt. And single men. $70 for couples and single men. $20 for women.
Well, they're always going to charge more for single men. Okay, like let me give you a quick Craigslist rundown. Okay, single dudes and especially like with swinger parties and stuff like that. Single dudes pay the most to get into these things. Okay, because you guys are
gross, right?
You're running your dicks all up on all sorts of weird things, and nobody knows what exactly. Whereas single females are a much more that's a much hotter commodity.
Ooh, what a caveat.
Well, I mean, there's so many fucking single dudes, and a lot of us are single for a reason. But you can't fucking walk out the door without running into one, I'm sure.
Sure.
So that makes sense to me that the couples have the same rate as like a single dude. $20 for women. It's just like at the bar. There's no man's night.
Sure.
I mean, it's just not a thing. I mean, even like at gay bars, I don't really think they do. They don't.
No,
they don't.
Probably not.
You're going to show up.
Sure.
Because dudes,
I will say
we
do
best
a lot
bars
of
I've ever
been to
have
been gay bars. I will say most fun I've ever
had.
Dude.
I'll give you that.
Bars,
pretty safe place if you're straight. I've found I've never felt out of
never, not even once. No.
Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get jumped on. That's the thing. Most people know how to be human about things. Anyhow, so there's some other things here that I wanted to touch on before we pull out and get to the. Yeah, I know. Before we pull out of this story, that is, I like this. The festive refreshments. One had 4 crock pots showing up like they're going to a bunko party or something. What the fuck is a bunko party? You old, geriatric, conservative cunt. This is what this is. This is this fucking old lady. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. A bunko party? What's a bunko party? Does anybody know what's bunko? Is it a game? Nope. This is how you know this isn't... Like, the whole neighborhood was probably at this thing. Exactly. Yeah. This whole neighborhood was at this thing, except for mean old Widow Johnson down the road.
Yeah.
She got mad.
She's snarking at him.
Filing complaints and throwing crosses and Bibles at him. Anyhow, so that's fun.
Keep on rocking, Castle Rock.
Yeah, fucking A. Wow. That's great. So, hey, it's been... this has been a fun episode so far. I mean, we had an old man dying alone, and we had definitely an old lady dying alone in that case. Jesus Christ. Just let the people bone, man. I mean, if they're going to go to the trouble of... Anyhow.
Yeah.
I digress. Why not end on a decapitation?
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Finish him.
Waterslide decapitation, nonetheless.
Yeah. Waterslide decapitation leads to murder charges. I'd say weird, but okay. Yeah. So this is a theme park. Right?
It is a theme park. The death is 10-year-old Caleb Schwab.
Right.
So, dude. Oof.
Okay. This happened at a park that I'm very familiar with. Well, at least the original Schlitterbahn that I grew up with was in how was it in San Marcos? It's in Texas.
Okay.
It's outside of, I want to say it's outside of San Marcos. I could be wrong there. I know I'm wrong saying that. It's somewhere in Texas because I remember going there as a kid, but now it's a chain that's all over the country.
Okay.
So Schlitterbahn it's a water park, right? Yeah. And so this is oh god, he was 10 years old, man.
Dude, yeah.
Decapitated while riding a water slide at a Kansas theme park 2 years ago. The state attorney general's office released indictments against 2 additional people and a company involved in the construction of Schlitterbahn Water Park and Resorts of Kansas City, just 1 day after the park's co-owner was taken into custody. So they're facing reckless second-degree murder charges with several counts of aggravated battery and aggravated child endangerment, stemming from Caleb's death in 2016 and injuries sustained by 13 other people, including 4 minors, who were hurt in the past while riding Schlitterbahn's Verrückt. Yeah.
You got it.
Thanks, bud. Water slide. I have a really good... word out of my mouth day.
Yeah. Yeah, really though.
So it's a 17-story ride. So basically what happened here
is... the world's tallest.
The world's tallest. Holy shit. 17 stories. I don't even know. Man, I like theme parks and rides and stuff like this, but that's crazy. I don't know, man. It'd be tough to climb up there, I think. I don't like heights. So the criminal charges are the result of a 19-month investigation by local law enforcement agencies. Obviously, Kansas City, not here.
Right.
We're not looking into this, but it looks like Schlitterbahn officials had covered up similar incidents in the past. So this is, tragic story. Tragic story. It's even more tragic because basically it's a waterslide decapitation.
Right,
right. It's another. There's something about headlines, gripping headlines. We're drawn to them.
We are,
aren't we?
Absolutely.
And that's one of them. Mm-hmm. Wow, waterslide decapitation. They've had problems at other theme parks, and this is not something new, but it's definitely something that maybe maybe there's something that could have been done. I don't know. How do you watchdog this stuff? I mean,
preemptive strike.